Where are we going, Ames? Imperial War Museum North. What's this? Look at the tank, Ava Lily. August 1914. Britain is at war with Germany. The newspapers scream headlines of heroism, duty and the need for volunteers. Young men line the streets outside recruiting offices, eager to fight for king and country. Among them are miners, factory workers and clerks, ordinary men who have no idea of the horrors ahead. We've come here today to have a little look at Edward Holden's World War I war record. St Helens, a northern town built on industry, coal, glass and grit. For men like Edward Holden, a 43-year-old miner from Parstocks Road, the war is a chance for something more. The mines are dark, dangerous and unforgiving, lung-clogging dust, back-breaking labour and the ever-present risk of cave-ins. The army, by contrast, offers a steady wage, adventure and the promise of serving the nation. The War Office needs men, and it doesn't take much to convince Edward. He's married, has 4 children at home, but patriotism and necessity push him forward. Maybe he believes it will be over by Christmas. Maybe he wants to escape the mines. Or maybe, like so many, he just doesn't want to be left behind. Imperial War Museum North. Free to visit. You can buy a guidebook. £5 for car parking. I mean, we've come mainly to see the World War I bit, but they have little exhibitions like this, which is great for kids. Yeah, look at all this World War I history. Fantastic. March 1915. Edward enlists in the Loyal North Lancashire Regiment, his first taste of military life. But the army is unforgiving. Medical officers assess him 5 foot 4 3/4 inches, 135 pounds. Fit enough, or so they think. But within weeks it becomes clear that years of working the mines have taken their toll. Thank you. Look, this is your great-great-great-granddad, Edward Holden, Parstocks Road. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Do you want to read it? What does it say? It's fantastic that you get a bit of an idea of how tall he was. Chest measurements 37 inches, height 5 foot 4 3/4, age 39, that was a lie, he was 43. Look, this is all the names of his children. Samuel, that's my great-granddad. Suffers from lumbago. After just a month, he's discharged. The official reason? Chronic sciatica and lumbar pain, likely the result of years spent hunched in tunnels, swinging a pickaxe. His war is over before it's begun, but Edward isn't a man to give up so easily. Just 2 months later, Edward tries again. He enlists in the 25th South Lancashire Regiment, later transferring to the 25th Reserve Battalion Rifle Brigade. This time, he's in. He trains, marches and prepares for war, and by December 1915 he's on a troop ship heading for Egypt. So this is from the second time he signed up. There you go, you can see 19th Western Battalion Rifle Brigade, Egypt Expeditionary Force. Dates here, War and Victory Medal. Go. Egypt, the land of pharaohs and pyramids, but for British soldiers it's a land of heat, flies and endless sand. The Ottoman Empire threatens British control of the Suez Canal, a vital link between Britain and its empire. Edward's unit is sent to defend it. He spends long days digging trenches, standing watch and enduring the relentless sun. Water is rationed, temperatures soar past 40 degrees and sandstorms whip through the encampments. Disease is just as deadly as bullets: dysentery, malaria, heat exhaustion. There are no grand battles here, just the grind of military life, guard duty, rifle drills, building railway lines and waiting, always waiting. But the war doesn't stay quiet forever. In 1916, the British launched the Sinai and Palestine campaign, pushing eastward. Edward's unit is likely part of the defensive forces, securing supply lines and protecting key outposts. By 1917, the war is changing, the fighting intensifies and conditions worsen. That is what you call a proper car. That is a Trabant from the DDR. What is it? Is it a Nissan Juke? No. In March 1917, after nearly 2 years of service, Edward's health fails him again. His old injuries resurface and the army sends him home. He's granted a temporary pension of 22 shillings per week for 26 weeks, a small reward for nearly 2 years in the heat and dust of Egypt. Monkey. Now here we go. Egypt. Yes. Look at these, Ava Lily. Voila. There's Ava Lily and Daddy. Hello. Daddy looks like a businessman. Just going to work on the London Stock Exchange. Not quite right in the head, your dad, is he? Got to make an effort though.
When the late 1970s.
He returns to St Helens to his wife Sarah Jane and their children to the same house on Parstocks Road. The war still rages on, but for Edward Holden, his fight is over. Edward Holden wasn't a hero in the traditional sense. He wasn't in the trenches of the Somme or the mud of Passchendaele, but he did his duty. Twice. He enlisted when he didn't have to. He endured the brutal Egyptian sun, the boredom, the disease and the pain. Men like Edward didn't win medals, but they kept the empire running, defended the supply lines and stood watching the heat and dust while others fought. And that too is a kind of heroism.